There is only one cure for gray hair. It was invented by a Frenchman. It's called a guillotine.
Well, I'm Dan Thomas. I've worked for Honda for a long time. I come back from a long line of people who have rode motorcycles in my family. I have a picture of my grandfather that was in the 20s when he was riding. My father rides, I ride, and now my son rides. That's a big thing in our family. It's what we've done. I've been riding motorcycles since I was 16 years old. My first bike that I ever saw, I guess probably about 14 or 15 years old, was a Honda S90. That bike was just everything in the world to me. I wanted it so bad. At that time I couldn't get one because I wasn't 16 yet. As I turned 16, my father said, well, if you want one so bad, you got to go get a job. My dad decided that it would be really good to have a new company called Suzuki. And for the amount of money that you could get that S90, you could get a 250cc bike from Suzuki. It was two-stroke, of course. Wow, an X6 Hustler in my world. I just couldn't believe it. He would let me have something like that. That was my first motorcycle. My favorite bike ever was a K75 RT. It was a BMW. I rode so many miles on that. BMW was my brand for so many years. I've been riding for about 52 years, over 300,000 miles, and I've been in 41 states. I don't do a lot of interstate riding. I do a lot of what they call the old blue roads. That's the old federal routes and stuff like that. You see a lot more in the world when you see that. Then I had a friend of mine, his name Dick Ogden. He got me into sport touring, and that's when I finally went to the Blue Ridge Parkway. Been down there 18 times. Plan on going this year for the 19th time. It is motorcycle nirvana. Go there on a motorcycle. It's fantastic. Why do I ride on two wheels? The biggest thing that I see on a motorcycle is freedom. When you're riding a motorcycle, you're in charge. You're in this little world of a helmet, and yet everything is out there. So if it's raining, you're getting wet. If it's hot, you're hot. It's the freedom that you get out there and ride. That's the most important part to me. You can do a lot of things in life, but being out there on a motorcycle is that freedom that I feel. There's nothing more wonderful to me than going through a S-turn or something like that and just hit the apex just perfect. You get down the road and all of a sudden there's a road that you've never seen before. You start going up that road and you see something that you've never seen that people in a car will never ever see because they won't do things like that. One time I was in California and I'm riding in the Camarillo area and there was a whole bunch of strawberries. They were out there picking them and the smell of a strawberry was just absolutely just permeated the whole helmet and everything. It was so great. The other thing that about riding on two wheels, I'm always well equipped. I wear a helmet, gloves, boots, jacket, pants. I'm ready for anything that can happen. That's the thing about motorcycling is being part of it. You feel almost like a gladiator when you're out there. Why Honda? Well, I gotta tell you, Honda does everything from a car to a motorcycle to a lawnmower. It's well thought out, it's engineered correctly, and you get years and years and years of use out of it. Honda has a dealership in just about every town. That is a big reason to ride on Honda. Not only do I have a motorcycle, but I have a lawnmower, a generator, and a pressure washer that has a Honda engine on it. I'm a Honda person all the way through. Not because I work here, because I bought bikes here way before I ever started working here. The bike that I have now is a bike that I've wanted forever in my life. It is a Honda VFR, the V4 engine. It is inherently smooth, and the other part about it, it has a lot of low-end grunt and high-end go. That bike is something I've always wanted. I now have one. I can't wait to do sport touring on that bike. Why Honda Fairfield?
Why?
Well, number one, I was asked to come here and work part-time. Brent Clemens, my sales manager, and I go way back. We worked at a dealership before, and he knows that my passion for motorcycles. One of the things about Honda, I know about motorcycles. I've rode them for 52 years. What I didn't know was ATVs, side-by-sides, lawnmowers, generators, pumps, all that stuff. Honda makes you do all kinds of tests. Every new product that comes in, you have to read about it, you have to take a test on it, and you have to pass. If you don't pass, you don't get qualified. So by doing all of that stuff, that helps me tell a customer all the ins and outs of the particular thing they want. The last thing I can say about this dealership, and I've been on several dealerships, this dealership really cares. I actually have seen when things go wrong and the customer leaves that it's discussed inside. We all talk about it. What we could have done better, how we could made the guy happier. This dealership cares. And as much as I need to know on the product side of selling this stuff, the parts people, they're not just doing the new stuff. They have to look back and have to realize that you've got somebody comes in with a 10-year-old motorcycle and they need a widget for that. They need to know all that. There's thousands and thousands of things that Honda does, from lawnmowers to side-by-sides to motorcycles, that they have to know. That is a big deal. Also, the techs. The techs just don't work on motorcycles. They're working on an ATV, a side-by-side, a lawnmower, and then a Goldwing. They need to know all that too. There is a lot to know to work in a dealership. Are we all getting rich doing this? Absolutely not. But the reason that we all do it is because of love of motorcycles. Thank you.